Hello everyone, I'm Rama and I will be giving you a demo of the Infinitics Charlie system. Infinitics Charlie system is an insights engine. What that means is it can ingest, it's an insurance insights engine, and so it can ingest insurance claims data and it can come up with different types of insights based on that. It has a lot of built-in insights that we have already pre-trained our models on, and so it's able to pull up those insights. There are three different aspects that we'll be going through in the demo. The first is a KPI dashboard that you see on the screen right now. The second is a search-based, a semantic search-based insights, and then I will also get to a claim level drill down. So let's look at this KPI dashboard. So what we have done here, and so I'll be going through them with the SaaS-based system. And with this, what you would do as an insurance company is you would give us your claims using either a secure SFTP or using an API that we can provide, again, a secure API. Now, what we have done here for the demo is we have ingested a bunch of claims, anonymized claims based on some real data that we have processed. And we have loaded them into the system, and the system has processed those. It has come up with different insights, and here's a dashboard showing some of those insights. As part of what Charlie does is we do predictions. We're able to predict severity of the claim, and we are also able to predict likelihood of litigation on the claim. So this dashboard has a combination of some of the predictions and also certain other KPIs that Charlie can offer. So let's take a look first at the first chart here. Now, what this does here is it's predicting what is the likely settlement amount on the claim. So if you look at the different buckets here, 0 to 3,000, 3 to 10,000, and so on, based on past history and based on similar claims and what they have settled for, Chavi is saying that, well, there's a estimate of, a certain set of claims settling for between 0 to 3K or 3 to 10 or 10 to 25K. So let's look at these claims that Chavi estimates would settle between 10 to 25K. Now, some of those claims, and these are all open claims, but some of them already have indemnity payments, and some of the payments have already gone above the range. So it points out that there is now close to 3.38%, which are above the predicted amount. And if you drill down, you can look at the claims and you can look at how much was paid on each of these claims. So this kind of gives you a sense of where these claims based on the past history, were estimated to settle for a certain amount. It's going above that. So something for you to jump in and take a look at and make sure that these claims get escalated quickly. So that's the opportunity for you to drill down into it. It also points out the claims that are below this predicted amount as of now, but some of them might have certain costs or certain payments that have already been made. So for instance, if you take, let's say this particular claim here, 16K has already been paid on that particular claim. And, it's estimated to go somewhere between 10 to 25K. So this is again an opportunity for you to dig into it and uh, escalate on what can be done on those claims to make sure that they don't go above the uh, historic amount for those claims. So, and some of those are in fact gone very close to the 25K mark, for instance. And so it's something for you to drill down quickly and take a look at those. Another things that we point out is looking at the data from different angles. For instance, based on the agent, based on the location. So if you take agent, for example, and if you want to look at, for example, agents with collision coverage claims. And you can see, for instance, that this particular agent stands out, and the norm is about 1,200 on average on the claims, and some of them are going a little bit higher, but this one suddenly sticks out. So it's something for you to now drill down and take a look at further to see what is going on there, and if this seems genuine or if there's something to look into. Similar to agents, we can also look at geographic location to where you can use to identify your risks and identify where your big problem areas are and how much you're paying on different things. So for body injury, for instance, or collision, you can see that body injury, Texas, Georgia, some of these states are pretty high. If you look at collision, again, now you can see different states like Alabama, Arkansas coming up as pretty high. So, it turns out some of those KPIs right there for you to take a look at. Another thing here that Charlie does is litigation prediction. And so there are two charts here. The first one is claims that Charlie has predicted, and then they have gone into litigation. And when we say litigation, we mean that a lawsuit has been filed. So that's our definition of litigation here. So, for instance, here, these are claims where what it's showing is that since the time when Charlie predicted, from that point, there is some claims that have gone into litigation in 2 weeks, some which have gone in 3 to 6 weeks, but a good chunk have gone into litigation between 7 to 12 weeks of when Charlie predicted. So that's where our strength is, where we are able to predict litigation several weeks in advance of the claim going into litigation. So if you can see here, typically, 7 to 12 seems to be the range where things go into litigation once shall we predict. And this chart here on the right is open claims. They have not yet gone into litigation, but Chavi has predicted there is a likelihood of going to litigation. So if you take a look at these claims, for instance, it has been between 3 to 6 weeks since our prediction. And based on the past record, there's a good likelihood that they may end up in litigation in the 7 to 12 week range. So this is the opportunity. These claims are not yet litigated, but there's something going on that you want to jump in and take a look at. And that's where we provide the drill downs. And I'll show you quickly what you can do here. If you click on this, it will take you to the individual claim page where you can see these are the different claims, and there are different alerts and red flags that Chavi has pointed out on those claims. So I'll get back to the drill down in a little bit in showing the per claim insights that Chavi has to offer. But this is the initial dashboard that we have, where we can look at severity and litigation predictions and also KPIs based on other metrics. This is a customizable dashboard, so if you want other elements, we can definitely add those elements there as well. The second part of the demo is the semantic search. And so if you go here, and what you have is a search bar, similar to like a Google search. You have a certain set of filters that you can apply, and you can do a search for different whatever you want, and Charlie will be able to do a search and give you back different metrics based on those claims. So for example, let's say you want to find what is happening in soft tissue injury claims in your system. And I'm going to select commercial auto for now, and I'm just going to select all the causes of loss in all the states. But I want to limit my analysis to the closed claims, which is basically the historic data analysis for soft tissue injury claims. Go ahead and hit a go. What Charlie does is it does a semantic search, which means it's not just looking for that particular phrase, soft tissue injury. It's actually going down into the claim notes and claim documents and looking for anything that might mean a soft tissue injury. So neck pain, back pain, sprain, things like that. It comes back with a dashboard funds which gives you cost and litigation drivers. So for example, it can tell you that your average soft tissue injury claims is close to 3.8 times, almost 4 times higher indemnity payment than the average non-soft tissue injury claims. The average soft tissue injury claims have a 8 times higher likelihood of going into litigation than the non-soft tissue injury claims. It also points out patterns. For example, the top pattern, if there's a chiropractor involved with soft tissue injury, with an ambulance also involved, and a third party is claiming no injury, that particular pattern, based on the historic uh, data, was found to be 26 times more expensive. Chave also automatically extracts entities, topics, and patterns from the claim files, including claim notes and other documents. So this is the next part I will show in the demo. For instance, if you want to look at who are the significant entities involved in soft tissue injury claims, you can go there and you can see here, for instance, ANS Chiropractor, Hasiniada Body Shop, Law Offices of Alex Nair. And by the way, all of these names have been anonymized for the demo. Um, but these are things that it will point out, saying that when these particular entities are found, you have a higher chance of litigation. For instance, if this Alex Nair law office is found in soft tissue injury claims, 33% of them are getting litigated. It also shows you the cost. For instance, the average cost of those claims is close to 12,000, as opposed to the average cost of soft tissue injury claims was 9,000. So the payment on those claims. It shows you the significant topics as well, and there's a rich ontology of topics that we have developed for different insurance lines of business, for auto, property, and general liability. So there's different topics that we extract based on the set of claims. It shows you here, for instance, that when soft tissue injury is found along with hit and run with injury, the chances of litigation is pretty high. It's almost 23%. And also, when a notice of medical lien is found, your cost goes up almost to 28,000, instead of the average cost goes up 28,000 as opposed to 9,000. So it gives you right here what are the significant topics based on either litigation or cost. You can also look at timelines. So if you want to look at, for instance, what is the time from lawsuit to trial, or the time from lawsuit to settled, time when the claim goes into lawsuit, you can look at all those different metrics. And again, this dashboard is customizable if you want to add any other excuse me, elements to it. Significant patterns. This is again something that we can look at. So for instance, if you have a set of entities or a set of topics coming together, in this example, there's King's Auto and Benzo Hamid coming together, the chance of litigation is going up to almost 50%. You can again drill down. Let's say if you click on this, even though we did the analysis on closed claims, what we have set up the system to do is to point out the open claims that you can drill down further and take a look at. So in this case, there is open claim which has this particular pattern, soft tissue injury with King's Auto and Benzo Hamid law. You can drill down further, and that is where you can look at the claim level insights that Charlee can provide. This can be used for doing a adjudication of the claim. It can be helpful towards that, or in terms of looking for fraud as well. So in this example, a demand letter was found in the claim, so something for you to act on soon. Fact of loss discrepancy, for example, there is one place in the claim note which tells there was an injury, soft tissue injury, sprain on the right ankle. Another part of the claim note says no injury information. So there's a potential discrepancy there that you might want to dig into. There's a pedestrian accident, and typically these kind of things tend to get more expensive, and so it's pointing out those things. There's an impaired driver, for example, and also this particular claim was predicted to go into litigation. Along with the prediction, Charlie gives you a context based on the behavioral patterns and the emotions and sentiments found in the claim, and various things that makes Charlie believe that claim is going to go into litigation. So it's able to point that out and provide you the context so you can dig into it further. It also, for instance, can look at your ISO reports. It automatically passes ISO PDF and can bring up any prior claims that were found that are associated with this particular claim. So this is a set of alerts and red flags that Charlie can provide. It can also provide recommendations. So for instance, in this particular, and these are based on best practices as well as machine learning. So this particular claim, there were no photographs that were on record, and so it asks, are there any photographs of the injuries taken at the time of collision? Police report information was not there, so it is pointing that out as well as a recommendation. And here you can see the search that Chavi has done. So for instance, these are different PDF documents. Again, the names have been anonymized. And you can see it's not just searching for the term soft tissue injury, but it finds neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, anything that might indicate that there is a potential soft tissue injury going on. So this is a brief demo of the Chavi system. And so You can start from either a KPI dashboard, or you can look at a search based semantic search based insights and then drill down into the individual claim level. And you can look at the litigation drivers and the cost drivers and the different um, topics, entities, patterns that might be leading to high litigation or high cost. Another quick thing I just want to point out is you can also there's also this easy select button. So instead of having to type in everything on the search, Chavi automatically, based on machine learning, brings up a list of items which are most likely to be searched for, and you can select for those very easily. So that's a quick demo of our Chavi system. Thank you for watching. Thanks all.